Hi, everybody. How are you? It's your sister Kenya, and welcome to another segment of Sister to Sister. I have a really good topic for you all. And as you can see, I'm alone tonight. Yeah, me and the hubby had a couple of questions that we were going to answer, but unfortunately, hubby is under the weather, guys. So he could not be with me tonight, but hopefully, he'll get up some energy and he'll be ready to go tomorrow because I definitely want to get to everybody, especially the ones that asked for his opinion. Y'all, as y'all can see from the last video, he's certainly taking to this YouTube thing, and he's so supportive. And I just like, the answers that he gives me. We have difference of opinions at times, but it meshes really well. But anyway, he's not feeling very well, so yeah, he's laying down. So anyway, it's just me by myself tonight, but I have a really good topic because you know what? I want you all's opinion as well on this because this one kind of stumped me too, and I'm hardly ever stumped. This one really had me saying, I don't want to give, oh God, here we go with these bangs. I don't want to give her the wrong advice, but at the same time, I have an opinion on this, and my opinion might be a little bit controversial. So I expect to get some differences to my opinion. I mean, if you guys feel me, if you guys don't, you know how we do. We keeps it real on Sister to Sister. So if you guys are interested in tonight's topic, please don't go anywhere. All right, before I dive into this, again, I always want to take the time out to say thank you, ladies, for sharing this information with me. I know it's very difficult to share personal information with strangers, but hopefully you don't consider me a stranger by now. Hopefully we're all pretty much sisters. I almost hesitated to read your letter, girlfriend, and that is because this topic is so touchy that I was kind of afraid for you. I try to keep privacy at an all-time high. I never divulge a name. There'll never be a time that any of you will ever really know where these letters come from unless the people that are watching the videos are people that these situations are pertaining to. So reading your letter, I felt like if I read it that your people that you're talking about may see this video and know what's going on, but at the same time I'm feeling like you already kind of have an idea of what the sister to sister topics are, and I kind of felt like I guess you really did not mind. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna read it anyway, and hopefully I'm doing the right thing. Hopefully I'm not getting you in trouble, girlfriend, because yeah. But anyway, let me read this, and I am going to switch your letter around just a little bit because I want to keep the privacy at an all-time high, and I don't want to give away any details that would make somebody say, is she talking about me? I know you ain't, girl. So anyway, let's start. All right. Ms. Kenya, let me start by saying I love your YouTube channel. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. I really need your advice. Let me start by giving you a little information about myself. I am a 21-year-old woman who doesn't really have many girlfriends, friends that are girls. So when I met my friend, I was really happy to have someone to talk to that can relate to me, being that she is a young Navy wife. I will also become married to someone in the Navy. She gives me advice on several things, and her husband and my soon-to-be husband work together and are friends on the ship. I have a little dilemma. However, because not too long ago, her husband came from a 7-month deployment. At the time, me and my soon-to-be husband were not in a relationship. However, we kept in touch and always talked about getting back together. Well, My soon-to-be husband arrived. Wait. Well, my soon-to-be husband arrived back. We got back together, and he felt that he wanted to be honest with me before we got married. He told me of the things he did overseas. Let's just say they aren't what you would want your man to be doing overseas. But I really couldn't be mad, being that he was a single Navy man. However, he told me that while away, that my best friend's husband cheated on her several times with prostitutes overseas. Now the dilemma I am in is, should I tell her? Let me start by saying my fiance asked me not to tell her, because not only will it cause conflict between him and the other man, but it may possibly ruin someone's marriage. Now, I have been knowing this information for a while now, and I don't know whether to tell her. I mean, honestly, I would expect her as my best friend to tell me if she ever found out that my husband was cheating on me. I feel so bad and don't know what to do. It's like if I tell, I could possibly cause problems in my marriage, but if I don't, she will never know that while she was faithful to her husband, he was cheating with prostitutes overseas. I have a hard time sleeping at night and feel so guilty. Let me add also that my friend has been married for 1 year and they have been together for 5 years. Her husband is studying to become a pastor. My friend has very low self-esteem, and to be honest, I really don't think she would even leave him if I told her. Her husband is controlling at times, even telling her how she can wear her hair. What should I do? Should I be a good friend and tell her of her husband's betrayal, or be a good wife and keep it to myself? Please help me. Woo! All right. Let me sit back on this one. Well, should you be a good friend and tell her, or be a good wife and keep it to yourself? This is a tough one, girlfriend. A very tough one. Let me just put myself in this position, okay? I'm going to take you out of the equation and I'm going to reverse it as if I were going through these things. Let's just say I was you and my husband came back and told me of some things that one of his friends had done overseas and blah, blah, blah. And let's just say the person he was referring to was my best friend. Okay. First, your husband should be your best friend. Okay? That's first and foremost. And the reason why I'm saying that is because even though you hold loyalty to your girlfriend, you also hold a certain amount of loyalty to your husband, your fiance / husband. And trust is the most important thing when you are friends. You have to trust that the things that you're going to tell your friend, you don't have to worry about that friend repeating it, which is why your fiance and my husband will say, don't say anything. Now, if my husband said, don't say anything, then there it is right there. Like, as much as I will want to say something, I have to be obligated by what my husband told me not to say. I mean, it will probably kill me and eat me up just as well as I know it's killing you and eating you up. I will probably look at that man like, I know what you did, blah, blah, blah. And I will probably feel so bad for my friend. But at the same time, your fiance asked you not to say anything. What are you going to do? You know, are you going to be, like you said, are you going to betray his trust and be a bad wife? Which, I mean, it won't make you a bad wife. But he asked you not to say anything. So when you ask somebody not to say anything, you're trusting that they won't. So if you go and say something to her, it's like, yeah, you're betraying your husband for the sake of your friend's marriage, but you got to think about your marriage, because you even said it yourself, like, okay, well, you don't even think she's going to leave even if you tell her. So if you have that in your mind, you got to say, okay, I could tell her this and it may not do anything to her marriage, but then I can tell her this, but it's going to ruin mine. So I probably would refrain from saying anything. That's just me. That's just my opinion. For the reasons that I just named. I feel for the situation that you're in. That's a really tough situation to be in, knowing that your best friend's man was cheating. But on the on the flip side of that, this has always been my philosophy when it comes to me either telling my girls things or my friends, and all my friends who watch this channel can definitely attest to this. This is my theory. If I did not see that man do anything, then it's kind of like null and void. Even though your husband is a reliable source, reliable sources aren't good enough when it comes to stuff like that. Now, if you saw that man going to the Motel 6 with Buffy the Body, then by all means, I would say something to him to let him know that I saw him, and I would definitely tell my girl, like, listen, I really don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I pretty much busted so-and-so doing X, Y, and Z. I try to stay out of stuff like that when it comes to my friends. I mean, again, if it was worst case scenario and I saw my friend's man doing something, then I probably would say something. And then that even gets a little hairy also, because I try to stay out of stuff like that. Like, even though you love your friend, you love her to death, you don't want to see her hurt and all this, that, and the third, I get that. But it really is not your place to take on this burden. You have responsibilities as a soon-to-be wife, as a woman, as a person. You have your own problems to deal with. So why take on somebody else's burdens when you got your own stuff to deal with? I mean, it's a very unfortunate situation. It really, really is, and it really is it is a tough situation when you love your friend so much and you just want to, reach out and help her out, but it's not really a place, honey. It's not. It's everything that happens in the dark will come out to the light. So there might be a point where he might tell her. How do you know that maybe he didn't tell her? You know what I'm saying? And she just doesn't want to tell you. Maybe she does not want you to have that image of her husband, and he already told her. Now let's say you go and tell her, and her husband already told her. Now you done betrayed your man for no reason whatsoever, and then you've caused a whole bunch of stuff because you felt obligated to your friend. I mean, just the fact that it's bothering you shows that you love your friend, and all you can do is love her and support whatever decisions that she decides to make. I mean, I've seen my friends go through things that I absolutely cannot stand, but at the same time, my job is to support them. My job is not to bring them any more harm or any more drama or pain than what they're going through. So I'm even going to kind of go back on something I said a little bit. I might not even say anything to my friend if I caught her man at the Motel 6 with somebody, but what I will do is I will say something to him. I will certainly check him and let him know that if you do not tell her, that there's a possibility that I might. And I'm sure that any man with half a brain will say, okay, her best friend saw me, I might as well fix this situation. So, oh gosh, this is a really, really tough situation to be in. I would hate to be in a situation like this. Y'all, let me tell y'all, for this exact reason is why I'm a very homebodied person. Like, I know this is crazy, but I try to avoid drama at all costs, y'all. Like, I try to go with the blinders on, like I ain't see nothing. Even if I do see my friend's boyfriend somewhere, I'm not gonna be like, ooh, that's so-and-so, what is he doing, where is he going? Y'all, I'll be like this, because if I don't know nothing, I can't tell nothing. You know what I'm saying? I hate being in situations like that. That's why this situation is really bothering me for you, because I don't want to give you the wrong advice, and then at the same time girl, oh man, I'm going through it with you, girlfriend. I am going through it with you. But my advice to you, and don't kill me, sisters, please don't hang me, I wouldn't say anything. I'm sorry. I would keep it to myself. Your fiance told you or asked you not to say anything. He trusts you. Hopefully you guys have that type of relationship where he is your best friend. All you can do is love your friend more. You know what I'm saying? Support her more now. Now that you know this, your job is not to tell her, your job is to be there for her. You know what I'm saying? So those days when you see your friend might be a little down, help pick her up. You know what I'm saying? Those days when you see your friend might need a little extra girl talk or girl's day out, take her out. Buy her some lunch. Go shopping. Do anything to get her mind off of that situation. That's how you help her. You know what I'm saying? Bringing her more pain than what she already has is not going to help her. See, we as women think that. We think that by telling our friends what we saw our mans do, that it's going to help her somehow. But it's not. Because I'm pretty darn sure that she knows her man better than any of us. Anybody knows him. So she knows what he's capable of and what he does and this, that, and the third. You know, I don't think she's oblivious. And like you said, you don't think that she would even do anything if and all she did know. So that should tell you right there that she probably does know. She might not know details, but she might have a feeling or have, gone through it before. So, girl, just love your friend, support her, and love your man. I commend your man for telling you his indiscrepancies, so I have to give a hats off to him, for stepping up, because a lot of men wouldn't do that. A lot of men would be like, what she don't know won't hurt her. So love your man more for not being like your friend's man. You know what I'm saying? Go look at your man right now and kiss him and say, honey, thank you. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being the type of man that you are. Thank you for being my friend, my best friend, and trusting me with this information, because it takes a lot for a man to dime on his man. You feel me? So, although some men do it to try to cover things up, but this doesn't seem like one of those cases. This really seems like a case where he felt like he was cleansing his soul. He felt good. Like, all right, I got this off my chest. By the way, let me tell you what else was happening. This sounds like he was really just having a rap session with you, and he was vibing with you as friends, as homies. So you never want to lose that. The one thing that I have never really lost in my relationship is my friendship with my husband. Like, we will always be able to sit down and chop it up. Even if the day before we like, oh, we can come back 5 minutes later like, yo, let me tell you what just happened. Or let me tell you this, that, and the third. That's the one thing you never want to lose. You never want to lose the trust as a friend. You know what I mean? As just as you guys can see, the one thing that I can't say about my relationship with my husband is that we are not friends. I can't honestly say that. Those of you who know my, whatever I go through in my relationship, I cannot say this man is not my friend. And that's probably what holds the bond even tighter between the two of us, is because hands down, that is my dog. Like, when push comes to shove, it's like, whatever. Same thing with me. Like, we can argue and beef and fight and whatever, but if push comes to shove, he knows he can come and tell me anything, and vice versa. So that is probably the best thing you can do going into a marriage, is have that solid friendship between you and your soon-to-be fiance. And right now is not the time for you to be betraying his friendship over somebody else who's already married. They're already married, and it's clear they're having issues in their marriage. You don't want to start your marriage off having problems. You do not want to start your marriage off with that man thinking like, oh God, here's another one of her friends. Is she going to tell my business? Am I going to be able to trust her around her friends? Or what is she saying when I'm not around? Not the way to start a marriage. And I'm speaking from experience. Everything I'm speaking from, I've been there and done that. So I'm trying to stop you guys from making the same mistakes I made. You say in this letter that you're 21, so you're still very, very young. So you got a long road ahead of you. Like I said, me and my husband been in this thing for 10 years. So, we have been through the gamut. And we had to learn the things that I'm trying to teach you all my young ladies who are either just getting into marriages, or my young ladies who are going to be married. Listen to your girl, because I'm saying. So let's not give them that satisfaction. Let's show them that, no, we can make it through these things, and you don't have to have money and be Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and Jay-Z and Beyonce to make this thing work. You can be broke, poor, whatever. But when you have love, you are rich. Rich in love, support, friendship, the whole nine. So, girlfriend, I hope I helped you through this situation. I hope you can sleep better at night. I mean, you don't have to take my advice. You can take the best part out of what I said for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you and only you can control what you do. You might decide that you don't want to take any of my advice and go the opposite way, and that's fine. I wish you the best of luck, and please let me know how you make out with this situation. Keep me updated and keep me posted. I just wish you luck. I know it's not an easy situation to be in. You know, it's never good to be torn between your man and your friends. That's like, oh my gosh, that's a stress within itself. So yes, y'all. This wraps up another segment of Sister to Sister. You know how we do. If you have any opinions or ideas on the situation, please leave it down there. And y'all, let's try to be respectful, as we always are, to my sister who wrote this letter to me, and also to my words. Again, these are my opinions. I'm not an expert. I just speak from love and experience. So, till next time, deuces.